Alrighty, let's just go ahead and get into it for episode 2. Just gonna start where we left off. I'm your host, Godly Seafood, and we are playing the Wizards 101 as a Myth Monstrology playthrough. It's gonna be fun. So, obviously, last time we're just gonna be questing. I don't really have any plans on doing PvP. This is a Myth Monstrology playthrough, so I'm going to be playing as a Myth Wizard. And implementing some monstrology. Now, I was giving it a bit of thought, and ultimately, if I'm fighting regular minions, I'm probably just gonna yeet them without any real elongated strategies of summoning minions. Like, it's just not really cost effective in the monstrology department. Plus, it's just gonna take forever. Bosses, however, I might be inclined to throw out some minions for some bosses that I just don't want to solo. I'll probably, or undoubtedly, be getting Monstrology Animuses throughout the just questing. So yeah, that'll be fun. And without further ado, let's get into this. So we have Quinn Foecaster, caster of foes, who is yet to learn a spell that actually casts a foe. Last we were about to fight Rattlebones in the Wizard City Archives. We get a pair of boots from these that increase our myth damage by 2%. Let's do this.
Good work, my thrall. This could be the tome Bannister seeks. Now what's this? A wizard? Excellent. I could use a combat break. Let's play.
I like the little hit thing you did there. That was funny. You know, for a ruthless warlord and tyrant, you seem easily beatable. Like those goons that I beat up earlier. Let's see. Nope, that's not the right one. There it is. Just gonna put that right there. Alright, so 135 to 115. Not really gonna go for any amazing plays. Gonna get rid of those. And I will take out the minion. And of course, in great Wizard 101 fashion, we go second. It is an honor to still be subject to some of the same, I guess, gaming rules over the past. Geez, it's almost going to be 20 years in like 6 years. I might use Firecat. No, it's not really that big of an increase. Yeah, so Rattlebones, not a particularly difficult fight. I'm going to see if I can... Oh, that one's supposed to pop up there. It's supposed to pop up on my left. Pull up the Wizard 101 wiki. So Rattlebones, obviously easy guy, but he actually does drop some pretty interesting stuff. I'm going to go ahead and run down the timer whilst I show this. So we got Rattlebones. That's the wrong Rattlebones, I think. Wait, what? Minus outgoing boost, minus 30% damage? That's odd. No, that's the correct one. You can get him as a summon minion card, a house guest, or oh my god, you can expel this dude? That's awesome. Oh yeah, that's right, he's no longer a boss. But yeah, so you want to look at some of his drops. Nothing really interesting in this department. He drops an amulet, which is pretty interesting. Flash Frozen Choker. Probably fire or ice related. Rings. Nothing really interesting. He does drop a Myth Sprite pet, which would be pretty interesting to see. Mounts, one-day variety, all of those. And then, just treasure cards. But back to the action. One thing I really like doing is was it leveling up pets? That's going to be a pretty big thing. What I plan to do, kind of like what I mentioned last time. I'm not going to be entirely on a budget walkthrough like some other famous YouTubers out there, or Twitch streamers and YouTubers out there. However, I do plan to keep it relatively cost effective. Now, I'm not going to go out of my way to, what is it? I'm not going to go out of my way to, like, make things super easy.
The day is
But
yours, young one. But the Dark Master's plan is already in motion. You haven't heard the last rattle in the darkness.
I feel like they overplayed this joke.
In his haste to leave, Rattlebones dropped the tome he was holding. It could be important. Perhaps Saren will know what should be done with it.
Yeah. So, hey, look at that. We got Myth Sprite Pet. Not going to use it, but it is pretty cool. Mostly because, you know, in the near future, I can imagine we get some pets.
You've just received an egg in your backpack. It's not a pet yet, but you can mouse over it to see how long the egg will take to hatch. Once it hatches, you can equip it just as you would any other pet.
Nice. So yeah, we got basically half our health left, just a little bit. And this wasn't a particularly difficult fight. I think, you know, early game, a lot of wizards are going to struggle with fail pipping whenever we get the ability to use power pips against stronger enemies. Fizzling, which is going to be a big one, especially for Storm, just because their accuracy is so low to balance their, you know, counterbalance their damage, which is significant. But yeah, unless you're just
back onto Unicorn Way, you can't help but notice that the dark magic that was previously choking the street seems to have abated.
right. Anyway, like I was saying, shoot, what was I saying? Ultimately, the only reason you're going to die here is if you're just constantly fizzling and you're just getting really bad RNG. Ooh, reagent. Anybody who says they can't find Mistwood in Wizard City, there is Unicorn Way.
You
But,
did it, didn't you? You beat Rattlebones!
well, you know, one would expect to have beaten the Rattle in the Darkness.
The darkness
see me
plague in
again.
Unicorn Way is lifting. Look! With
Uh-huh.
Rattlebones defeated, the gods should be able to drive away the rest of the undead horde.
Are you sure the Darkness isn't just following that, you know, that moon?
Ooh, that tome looks important. You should take it to the library in the Commons. Harold Argleston will know what to do with it.
Argleston. Interesting. So we got Adventurer's Boots. Please don't be terribly miscolored. Honestly, looks don't really matter right now. So, just kind of past this guy, as you can see. There is... oh, shortcut to the arena is the... oh, never mind. I could have swore the life decathlon was going on, but...
Well,
nope.
hello there. I don't think I've seen you in the library before. I'm Harold Argleston, Master Librarian Extraordinaire.
And what makes you extraordinaire?
You say you recover this tome from an underworld tyrant who is going to give it to his dark master, Malistaire?
Yeah, and from what I've seen, Malistaire is a pretty bad dude. We should probably get this into the hands of the headmaster right away.
I do believe this is a matter for Headmaster
That's
Ambrose.
what I've been
You should take it home
saying.
to him at once. But before you go, allow me to reward you for your heroics. Please accept this treasure card on behalf of the denizens of Wizard City.
Treasure cards are special one-use spells of various schools. You can purchase treasure cards from vendors or craft them yourself.
Hey, good to know. Crafting treasure cards isn't really useful unless you just happen to have an overpowered treasure card, which is certainly not to exist in this game.
Press P to open your spell deck. Treasure cards are listed under a special tab and are placed into the sideboard of your deck.
Right. Ooh, somebody tipped me $8 on Uber.
During combat, right-click a regular card to discard it. Then select Draw to bring out a treasure card from your sideboard.
You know, I could do that in the next fight, actually.
Remember, unlike regular spell cards, treasure cards can only be used once. So use them wisely.
Yep. Treasure cards can be quite a valuable asset. Let's see. What do we have for treasure cards? I got Sprightly. Yeah, that's literally the only one we have. Alright. Or Sprite, not Sprightly. So, teleport to the commons. A little interesting tidbit is if you look at your keyboard, if you press the end button or the home button, you will either go to the commons area, which is in respective to the end button, or home, whatever home you have equipped if you press the home button. Page down is to leave a mark, page up is to return to the said mark. Pretty interesting that there are some already built-in hotkeys. It's too bad that as a MMORPG living in the 21st century, in the year 2022, we don't have the ability to customize our own loadouts with key bindings and whatnot.
Oh, good, you're back. I'm anxious to hear your update on Unicorn Way. Evil darkness summoned from the underworld? Oh my.
Yeah, it's quite something.
Rattlebones, you say? But he was banished centuries ago. How could... Oh, Malistaire. Of course. But why?
You know, you kind of remind me of Timmy Turner's dad, who always blames Dingleberg for his problems.
Rattlebones was searching the Unicorn Way archive for this tome? Well, let me see what it is. On the trail of the Order of the Fang. Oh, my stars. I will certainly look into this.
Interesting.
While I do that, you need to attend to the matter of your long-delayed enrollment.
Wait a minute, you mean to tell me that I've been fighting monsters and gathering God knows what nefarious tomes, and I'm not even enrolled here yet?
If you are to
Ooh,
truly
that's a great
master
spell.
your magical talents, we must induct you officially into our academy. I'll send you now to Mr. Lincoln, our registrar in Ravenwood. He will introduce you to our professors and help you begin your studies.
Hey, that's perfect.
From time to time, you'll see icons appear on the right side of your screen. These are tooltips. Click on a tooltip to open it. Many people throughout the spiral will contact you through tooltips to announce new features, events, or spell quests. If you miss a tooltip, look for it in your tooltip log by pressing Q and clicking the top left icon.
Alright.
Potion flasks, like the one I just gave you, can be used to replenish your health and mana without returning to a non-combat area. If your potion flask runs out, you can replenish it by playing mini-games in the fairgrounds. Oh, and most importantly, make sure they are completely full, with a top on them, or you cannot use them when you need them.
Nice. Well, I'm now level 5, and we have our first minion. This is such a great spell, by the way. Especially when we get the... I guess you could call it an enchant for it, but we will get to that another time. For now, gotta go talk to Stork, who delivers babies. What'd it do?
Ah, you must be the new student I've heard so much about. You made quite a name for yourself on Unicorn Way. I'm Mr. Lincoln, and I just have some quick paperwork to get you enrolled. Signature here, initials there, and a lock of hair here.
And what are the terms of service that I'm agreeing to?
Are you allergic to unicorns or eyes of newt?
I don't even know what
That
half
takes
those
care
things
of
are.
that. To complete your enrollment, come meet your professors.
Right. I'm assuming that there's going to be some incredibly obvious color coding symbols going on.
Welcome! I am the professor of the Ice School, where we teach thaumaturges to endure like permafrost. withstanding
Thaumaturges.
all
That's such an
attacks.
interesting word.
While in the Storm School, we instruct young diviners to strike hard, fast as lightning, defeat the enemy before they know what hit them.
We pyromancers of the Fire School prefer to carefully fan the flames. Utilizing damage over time spells, we slow burn our enemies to cinders.
Commanding the elements is indeed impressive, but Theurgists of the Life School seek harmony with nature. which gives us the power to heal others.
Sorcerers also seek harmony, symmetry in all things. Balance is unique magic from Crocotopia, which supports and enhances the other schools. Fireballs and flowers. Freshman magic, that. All wizards summon monsters to fight for us, but only the best conjurers dare study the ways of myth.
I can't help but notice that there's a key dangling from your waistband, sir.
And I'm Malone, not, exactly a professor. We haven't had a real deaf professor since the last one turned evil and destroyed the school, so, But
Nice.
I can get you started at being a necromancer. Our death spells drain health from enemies, damaging them and healing ourselves at the same time.
You know, that sounds pretty epic, but I've had a run-in with one too many necromancers. I'd prefer not to.
So, you think you can master myth without being crushed by your own minotaur? Very well, I'll humor you. Come along.
Right. He's gonna be a bundle of fun, I can just tell. Alright, my guy, what you got?
This is the School of Myth. Don't get used to it, I doubt you'll be here long, but while you're enrolled, this is where you learn new spells.
Righto, I appreciate the vote of confidence.
And on the off chance your skill level improves, I'll send for you. You will report promptly and learn to summon more mythic creatures.
Yeah. Promptly.
For now, learn this easy spell, Troll. Then go bother Lincoln. I have important research to complete.
You're already learning multi-pip spells? Oh, splendid! At the beginning of each round of combat, you gain a pip. You use these, like mana, to power spells. Some spells, like this one, take more than 1 pip to cast. To use it, pass a turn. Or cast a 0 pip spell to build up your pip supply.
You know, see, that is a great piece of advice. A lot of people could learn something from this sentence, actually. Pass a turn or cast a 0 pip spell to build up pips, your pip supply. I can't tell you how many times I've encountered people who will use a spell that, you know, will use a blade, an elemental blade, when they're 1 round away from hitting, and then be confused why they don't have enough pips. And then they have to wait around. And then that leads to all sorts of problems. But it is what it is. So we're gonna learn Troll. Look at that. This is how people get them fancy little thumbnails for what cards they're posting. Oh, wow, this is level 45 spell? I could have swore that was lower. Right, so we now have some 2 pip spells alongside our first minion. This is gonna go pretty well. Speaking of, seems that I was given a training point, which, if that wasn't already explained, I can use to enroll in another school.
You've met your professor. Great! You can train spells in your school for free, but to learn other school spells, you must spend training points.
Yep, my thoughts exactly.
Here, I'll give you one now. Use it to start training a secondary school. And if you change your mind later, see me to buy back training points. Anyway, now that you're enrolled, you get your own dorm room to store items and decorate however you want. This is the boys' dorm here, and this is the girls' dorm. You can also use the Go Home button to reach your dorm room from anywhere.
Yep, that is the Go Home button right there. Or you can just press home on your keyboard, and that should take you home.
Once you get settled in, report to the headmaster.
Gotcha. Alright, so... Oh wow, he did give me a second training point. That is nice. So typically, training points are used to spec into different schools. I personally would not recommend specking into I wouldn't recommend specking into any other school that you can't find a use for. Like, if you want to be a Life and Storm wizard, hey, that's great, but just make sure that you have the gear necessary to utilize those spells, otherwise they're going to be collecting dust. I am going to go through the life school mostly because I want Legend Shield, as well as maybe Sprite. Now, the cool thing about training points is that you can actually buy back your training points. If we go to Mr. Lincoln and check that out. Now, do keep in mind, the more spells, or the more training point costing spells that you have, the greater it will be before you can buy back your training points. And as you can see here, they've actually updated it to where it says, I'm sorry, but you can't buy back your training points until you reach level 12. Same level as Monstrology, by the way, and probably daily assignments. But that is neither here nor there. Oh, that's the wrong spell. That is neither here nor there. I'm going to... Nah, it's fine. 65 to 105. It's probably not bad to have two of them. Get rid of you, get rid of you, get rid of you, and get rid of you. And so we move on with our questing.
You're officially enrolled now? Then let me formally welcome you with this new healing spell.
Oh boy.
Let me also introduce you to our resident advisor, Abby K. Doodle. She can tell you all about our many electives when you have time. But on to more serious matters. It seems the troubles in Unicorn Way were but the tip of an evil iceberg. While you were gone, chaos erupted all over the city. Undead run amok in the streets, and our former allies have turned against us. Malastare must be behind this.
Yep, just exactly like Timmy Turner's father in the Fairly Odd Parents, blaming Dingleberg or whatever his name is.
Your victory on Unicorn Way makes you the perfect person to deal with this crisis. I foresaw you might save Wizard City. Now's your chance.
Alright, first of all, how does a minor victory mean that I'm any bit more competent than the numerous staff agents that you have at this establishment to pursue this evil? Also, what were you smoking, and can I get some?
Go to Old Town and talk to Sergeant Muldoon immediately. We must set things right and discover Malastare's goal in all this. Good luck.
Define we.
One last word before you embark on your quest. I've tried to answer most of the questions you'd have, but there is much more to tell you. If you haven't looked into your spellbook yet, click on the book in the bottom right of your screen. Click on the question mark tab. Click on the question mark tab. Many of the questions you might have are answered in the help pages. Oh, good luck, young wizard.
Huh. Nifty. I don't think I've ever actually looked at that. Right, well, I could talk to you, but I'm not. Alright. There's a whole world waiting for me. Who's this guy? You look interesting. Who is you?
Why, hello there, young wizard. Name's Zeke. Prospector Zeke. I've been all over the place, exploring the different worlds along the spiral. Each world I get to, I always find something people are gone and forgot. Like them dwarf-like fellers called the Smiths. Say, you wouldn't mind helping me out, would you? Those Smiths are hiding all around Wizard City. They don't do much good where they are.
Right. What do I get for helping you?
Locate them and let me know where I can find them, and I'll pay you kindly for your trouble.
Is that right? Look at that. It's a training point. You know what? I'll accept your quest, old man. Who is you?
I am just outside the duel arena on Unicorn Way.
Right. Well, he didn't give me a time limit, so I'm not gonna bother with him. Also, I've had enough Dumbledore for right now, so I'm gonna go explore a little bit. Speaking of, that guy said he's in Unicorn Way. I have a mark there. Oh, hey, would you look at that? It's almost like I pre-planned out coming to this exact location to find this guy. Crazy. Well, anyway. To Unicorn Way. Advance combat and train. What level do you... Oh. Nice. They changed that.
Aha! Hello there, my friend.
Hello.
Master Ambrose has asked me to show you more of the art of dueling, no?
I don't remember him ever saying that, but sure, why not?
Most excellent. This will take but a few minutes. Enter the door to the arena to begin.
Sure thing.
Welcome, my friend, to the dueling arena. You wish to learn more of the art of dueling, no?
Well, I can imagine I'd benefit from it.
Outstanding. Approach the puppet, and we shall begin your lesson.
Alright, let's do this. Dueling puppet. Hey, that says Clockwork Golem.
Let us begin by explaining PowerPoints. You may call them pips for short.
PowerPoints. Wow.
PowerPoints are magical energy. Gaining pips allows you to cast more powerful spells. Every round, you will receive another pip. You can see the number of pips each participant has by looking at the circle around their feet.
Yep. They have 2, he has 1, I have 1.
Nearly every card has a pip cost. It is the number in the upper left-hand corner, yes? You can only cast a spell if you have enough pips to do so. Let us start with one spell with a pip cost of 2.
Hey, I just learned this spell.
But you only have 1 pip, so you cannot cast this turn. You will have to pass.
If you say so. Hey, actually, the damage value on that seems to be different from the one I learned.
You can also use a 0 rank spell if you want to save up power pips.
Exceptionally good advice.
And gained another pip. With 2 pips, you can now cast the troll spell. Ah, but look, you have drawn another card. Tough. This is an enchantment card. Enchantment cards can be used to improve the other cards in your hand. Let me show you. Click on the tough card.
This is a myth enchantment, by the way. That was never really implemented in the game.
Look what has happened. The
aside from treasure cards.
To do more damage. Now it is a treasure card. Unused treasure cards go back into your deck at the end of the duel. Now, since you have 2 pips, you can cast the troll at the puppet.
Nice. Yeah, you can make your own treasure cards. I'm not going to go out of the way to make myself exceptionally powerful. There's no reason to do so
now you are back to
this early.
Yes?
Like, I know a lot of people, they will have alt accounts, alternate accounts, and they'll give, you know, their newest character some treasure cards to sell for a whole bunch of money, and then they'll give them a whole bunch. They used to be able to give them enchantments to be able to do like 255 plus more damage per spell at level 1, and honestly, it's not really, I don't think you can really do that anymore, but also it doesn't really matter. This game is easy.
Let us give you another hand. With only 1 pip, you cannot cast any of these 3rd rank spells. You will need to pass for 2 rounds. But wait, there's another way. Let me show you. I've given you a power pip.
Ooh, shiny.
At the beginning of each round, you will have a chance to get a power pip instead of a normal pip. Power pips count double, but only for spells in your class.
Yep, and I currently have automatically, you know, having enrolled and specialized in the Myth School, I automatically gain the ability to have Myth Mastery.
Now you have 1 pip and 1 power pip. That means you can cast any 2nd rank spell that you wish. Or you can use a 3rd rank spell in your School of Focus. 1 point for the pip, plus 2 points for the power pip. See? The card for your school is now available to you. Cast it at the puppet now.
Interesting little tidbit, if you have Mastery Amulet on while doing this quest, you'd be able to choose the school that you have the Mastery Amulet for. Bonk.
Outstanding! Now let us look at another type of spell card. A ward can be used to protect you against future attacks. This is a fire ward. When you cast it on someone, it will hang in front of them waiting to be activated. The next incoming fire spell will trigger it. Let me show you. Cast this fire ward upon yourself. Very good! See how this fire ward hangs near your feet? Watch how it can protect you.
Shields are pretty good early on
You
against...
see? The fire ward has activated and helps you resist most of the damage from this attack.
What was I going to say? Basically, every school that is not ice... Oh, sorry. Let me rephrase that. Wards or shields help you in just about any scenario against any school, aside from balance, which would require you to use a universal shield, tower shield, or fire, which, again, fire uses damage over times or dots.
Let's try one more hanging spell. This one is called Ice Blade. Cast it on yourself and see what happens.
Now this will give 35% attack potency to my next ice spell. Pretty common meta in PvP is, or sorry, PvE is to just blade
Charms
stack.
are the opposite of wards.
Also known as charms, but just charm stack or blade stack, and then just kill your enemy outright.
Wards affect spells that other people cast on you. Charms affect spells that you cast on other people. Cast this frost beetle at the puppet. Let's see how the charm works.
So, actually, let me see here. Get a calculator out. So we have 50 damage. I'm going to multiply that by 35%. So we're going to be doing an additional 17.5 damage. So plus 50. We should be seeing somewhere between 67 and 68. I think, if I did that right.
Do you see? Your ice beetle has triggered the ice charm.
67.
Now the ice beetle is more powerful.
And they round their numbers. There are no half numbers.
Now let us cover one more type of hanging effect. The aura spells. Aura spells affect the target over multiple rounds of combat. For example, the fire elf spell will cost 240 points of fire damage, spread over 3 rounds.
What? Auras are completely different. I don't know that necessarily counts. That's a damage over time, not an aura.
Let's see how it works. Cast a fire elf at the puppet.
I've never heard that before. I think they were planning on implementing, auras, but it just didn't really make sense. I guess it kind of, but I mean, a damage over time is completely different from an aura, in my opinion.
Now watch what happens next round.
Yep. And the round after that.
And again.
Yay, I beat up a defenseless puppet.
Excellent! You have defeated him and completed your lesson. I hope you have found our lesson to be most helpful. Good luck, my friend, and see you soon.
Pet snack? Oh, what was that?
You've just received a pet snack. You can feed pet snacks to your pet after it completes a training game.
Nice. What is this? Yeah. So, get these at any level now. This used to be PvP commander rank before you could unlock it. That's interesting. Honestly, not really worth getting. You can get a couch potato farm and get a bunch of convictions that way. Usually by the time you're doing Darkmoor, most people would have conviction treasure cards to give out for that first fight. Which is really the only time you need it. It's not, usually you can use like a stun block or something. And then there's this guy. Oh wow. Because I just created this character, I don't have any months of loyalty tier saved up. That's kind of stupid. I should be able to have at least loyalty tier rank 1 since I just bought this account, or bought the membership for this account. So we're talking to Sergeant Muldoon. And there is the bazaar, the trading hub of the world. What you got for me, dude?
Beware. Beyond these gates, the city's gone mad. Wait, you're the hero of Unicorn Way. The headmaster sent you to help. Thank goodness.
Yes, sir. That is me. I am the hero.
We've got undead all over the place. Every cursed spirit and vile ghost we sealed away has broken free and attacked the city.
Well,
nowhere is safe.
I mean, maybe you shouldn't have sealed them. Maybe you should have just gotten rid of them entirely. What?
Gah, now what? Oh, it's a pet. They're kind of like a wizard's familiar. They help out in all sorts of ways, from discovery to dueling.
Mm-hmm.
But it shouldn't be in that tower. That's the caretaker's tower. Nobody's been in there since old Judd, the keeper of the cemetery, passed.
What is the keeper of the cemetery doing over there? Where is the cemetery?
Oh, right. Undead. Wizard, go with the pet, work together, and find out what's happening in that tower.
Right. Well, it looks like it's time to go do this.
You now have a pet egg in your inventory. Once
Ooh.
it hatches, you can equip the pet just as you would a wand and bring it into the tower.
Well, let's do that, why don't we? This one. And it only costs 4 experience to get to teen. That's nice. I'm pretty sure they have experience cut across the board.
You, other wizard, hurry! You have to help!
Sure thing, buddy, old pal.
To this tower. No, shouldn't have done that. Gonna interfere with things don't concern you. Like my plan to turn all pets into zombie pets, You'll see you will. When it comes to pets, sometimes undead is better.
That sentence doesn't make any sense given the context.
If you have a pet equipped, it can help you in battle.
Why did you take away my pet for the moment? What? I don't... What? This... I'm so confused. Yeah, it doesn't get that right now. But hey, we now get to use our minions. And boom. So, let me just open up a window right here. Living puppet. You can cast Fire Cat, Life Damage, Blood Bat, Snake. I think. Don't really need him for much, but you know, he's there. No, that's the wrong one. Living puppet minion. I like the format that these guys use.
Well, I know when I'm whooped, but I threw the key to my pet kennel into the kennel itself, I did. You can't get through those bars, no.
What? That's terrible! We have to get into that kennel. But how? Huh? Oh, I'm Penny Dreadful. I'm new here. When I saw this zombie guy stealing the pets, I tried to stop him and I guess I need more practice. You were great though. But I don't suppose you have any shrinking spells to help us slip through those bars? Oh! What about your pet? It's pretty small. Can you command it to go into the next room and get the key?
Sure.
You are now commanding your pet, allowing you to get to places and see things wizards can't. Use this ability to enter the next room.
I love the fact that they didn't give you, like, show you the prompt to do this immediately. They just automatically put you in there. No, look at that. He's got a little violin. And there is the key. So yeah, I for the most part I like the little inclusion of this pet quest.
Now that your pet has retrieved the key, you can unlock and enter the next room.
Oh, hold up, why is her wand sparkling?
Great! Now let's go save all those poor pets!
Sure.
Ah, these cells have combination locks and only old Judd would know the code.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe the captive pet saw him put in the correct combo, but I don't speak pet. Do you? I'm seriously asking.
I didn't know pet was a language you could learn in this video
Maybe
game.
we can guess the combo. Let's see. 00001. Nope, not it. 00002. Not it. Forget it. This is ridiculous. Our only sensible option is to find some way to talk to these captive pets and get the combo.
Right. Again, did not give me the prompt to do that. It was completely automatic.
Yep, I saw that smelly guy put in the combo lots of times. It's 000003.
Gotcha, thank you. So that's interesting. These two, the Drake and the Piggle, pretty sure those were exclusive time pets. Cheesewit, he is, what is it, like younger brother Cheesy Wits or something. They introduced those pets during several years ago when during the release of Chrysalis. You've got the fox pets. People really love those. This guy right here, the little war bear, polar bear, he if you get this pet, he has a chance of having healing current in his pool. And you've got the OG Firecat, Wild Claw. This came in a bundle. I forget what it was called, but it did. This is the Dapper Corgi, one of the best, actually the best energy pet in the game, because you can get all of the energy talents, as well as an 8 additional pet energy for gardening and whatnot. And then you've got this guy. I think he's like a vampire squirrel or something. I don't really know. Meow. Yeah, can I just come in here and take them all?
Don't worry, I'll make sure the pets get back to the pet pavilion in one piece. Check it out sometime to learn all about pet training.
Right.
After they're safe, I'll go to the headmaster's office and complete my enrollment. Come find me when you get a chance.
Sure,
Right
why
now,
not?
though, go tell the guard outside what's happened here.
Don't mind if I do. Also, this is just a retextured layout of some of the boss towers in Wizard City. But they did a really good job on it, I think. Honestly, they just kind of put the same couple of things everywhere, but the retexture and the placement of new textures and items isn't terrible. So, all these other wizards about. Let's go talk to this guy.
You saved the pets and a young student. Not bad. But our work is just beginning and I need all the help I can get.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, your pet has gained enough experience, XP, from this quest to level up. As pets level up, they can learn new talents.
Yeah, and because this one is a special quest pet, it gets 4 XP instead of the regular 125 that would be required to level it up.
With this talent, you can command your pet to attack. Select your pet's power card before you choose your wizard's action for the turn. This talent costs a bit of your pet's happiness each time you use it. You can increase your pet's happiness by feeding it pet snacks.
I've got alarming reports from Cyclops Lane and Triton Avenue, and I haven't heard anything out of Firecat Alley. So, where do you want to start?
I don't know. Where do you want to end your current voice actor's dialogue, or your voice actor's voice, and take on an old one? We'll go with Firecat Alley. Myth Assailant. Or Myth Assistant. Oh, it has to load in the old dialogue. That's great. I'll just give that a second. In the meantime, I can talk about willcasts. Willcasts are great. This one in particular, not really. You can see that it has the no PvP symbol on the card, so you cannot use this in PvP. However, PvE, player versus environment, spells like these come in quite handy.
Oh, you say this was orchestrated by the former Death Professor? I
Yep.
thought he was dead. Well, all the other dead are back, so yeah, that makes sense.
Close enough.
The whole city's a mess. The guard is completely overwhelmed. I hate to ask, but could you see if Private Quinn on Firecat Alley needs help?
Sure, why not? And while I'm here, I might as well catch up on these.
Triton Avenue's been overrun by the undead. I don't have any guards left to try and deal with it either. You're not the first student to offer help. 2 wizards named Griffinbane went in a little while ago, and there was another named Grimwater. But none of them have come out, and I've gotten no word. Can you help me try to find them? Good luck, and above all, be careful.
Sure.
There's a part of the city we contracted out to the Cyclops Legion, appropriately called Cyclops Lane. But their leader, General Achilles, proclaimed an edict outlawing all things with more eyes than he, and forced all residents out of their homes.
Whenever I get to this, I can tell you exactly why that doesn't make sense. Considering the fact that there are trolls, and minotaurs, however you want to call it, all with 2 eyes or more.
It's strange. Achilles always seemed an honorable fella, without insecurities about his ocular limitations. No idea what could have changed his mind.
I like how they very adequately put that sentence. That's great.
Professor Cyrus Drake took this personally, as he and Achilles go back a ways, and sent his student to investigate. Let's see, I wrote his name down. Ah, yes, Nolan... Wait, Stormgate? That can't be right. Anyway, find a kid on Cyclops Lane and, well, help them.
Sure. Alright, so yeah, that's basically where I'm going to end off. I'm going to go sell some stuff real quick. Not that I have much to sell, but every little bit of gold counts. I don't really think I'll start making a lot of gold until late Crocotopia. This is the same thing I've already got. And then, yeah. So, for the majority of this playthrough, or the majority of these first couple of episodes for the playthrough, really just going to be me going through the story until I get to Monstrology. Then, that'll spice some things up, at least for me. I really enjoy the whole farming aspect. Oh, there's one of the smiths. Might as well grab that while I'm here. But I really enjoy kind of the farming aspect of, you know, doing something, doing it a million times, and finally getting what you need or what you want. Personally, I don't really like the fact that in this game, children's game, people complain about not getting the loot that they want immediately. Or, oh, it took me several days. Well, I mean, it's random loot generator, RNGesus. You know, you kind of gotta get lucky, but also put in enough effort to where you eventually get lucky. But yeah, that's basically where I'm gonna leave off and start up another one soon. Thanks for watching. I've been your host, Godly Seafood, and I appreciate y'all. What was I gonna say? That dude's boots really confused me. Those are the boots of the Comet. Those are, if I'm not mistaken, these were in the original game, and I never knew about them for years. But Malistaire drops these in. Where is it at? Malistaire drops this at the end of Dragonspire as one of his loot drops, and it just gives an 8% boost to speed, which is pretty interesting. It's like a very niche thing. But anyway, let me redo that outro. I've been Godly Seafood. Thank you for joining me on this fun little playthrough, and I hope ye enjoy.